She told another man she wished she met him instead of me.
The argument started with a message that flashed on my phone while I was cooking dinner. A stranger had sent me screenshots of my wife, Lana, flirting with him online. My heart dropped as I scrolled through their conversation. She told him she was bored at home and needed someone real to talk to. My hands were shaking when I heard her footsteps approaching behind me. She asked why I looked pale, and I simply showed her the screen. Her face didn't show guilt at first, only annoyance. She snatched the phone from my hand and said I was overreacting. I asked her to explain what I had just read. She rolled her eyes and said it was just harmless chatting. I asked why she told him she wished she had met him instead of me. Her jaw tightened, and she muttered something under her breath. I asked her to repeat it, and she said I wasn't listening. I told her I only wanted the truth, not excuses. She sat on the couch and crossed her legs like she was preparing for a performance. Then she looked at me and spat out that she married me because real men weren't available. The words hit me so hard, I forgot how to breathe. I asked her if she actually believed that. She shrugged and said maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I felt something inside me snap quietly. She didn't seem afraid of losing me, only annoyed that she'd been caught. I told her the disrespect was worse than the cheating itself. She laughed and said I was too emotional. I told her she had no idea what she was throwing away. She said maybe she didn't want what she had. I asked if she wanted a divorce. She said she wouldn't stop me if that's what I wanted. It was like talking to a stranger wearing her face. I walked into the bedroom and started packing a bag. She didn't follow me until I zipped it shut. She asked where I was going like she suddenly cared. I said I needed space away from someone who treated me like a placeholder. Her voice cracked as she said she didn't mean what she said earlier. I didn't believe her anymore. I left the house and drove to my best friend Ethan's place. He opened the door, took one look at me, and didn't ask a single question. He handed me a beer and let me sit in silence for a while. Later that night, Lana texted saying we needed to talk. I ignored it and turned my phone face down. The next morning, she sent a long apology. She said she was angry, insecure, and stupid. She said she was terrified I would actually leave. I didn't respond. Instead, I spent the day thinking about what I truly wanted. I realized I had spent years trying to fix a marriage she kept breaking. Ethan told me I deserved someone who valued me. His sister Maya happened to be visiting, and she joined us for lunch. We ended up talking for hours like we had known each other forever. She listened without judging, and it felt refreshing to be heard for once. When I got back to Ethan's place, Lana had called 12 times. I finally answered, and her voice sounded tired and scared. She begged me to come home so we could fix things. I told her I needed honesty before anything else. She admitted she flirted with guys online because she felt admired there. I told her admiration built on lies wasn't real. She cried and said she didn't want to lose me. I told her I wasn't sure she ever valued me in the first place. She promised she would change if I gave her a chance. I told her change had to come from her, not from fear of me leaving. She asked if we could meet in person. I agreed, but asked to meet somewhere neutral. We sat across from each other at a quiet park. She kept wiping her eyes as she apologized again. I listened, but my heart felt distant from her. She promised she would stop the online flirting and go to therapy. I didn't give her an answer right away. I told her I needed to find myself again before fixing us. She said she'd wait as long as it took. When I returned to Ethan's place, Maya was sitting on the couch with a warm smile. She asked if the talk went okay. I said it went better than expected, but left me confused. She told me confusion was normal when you start realizing your worth. Her words stayed with me longer than Lana's apologies. That night, I thought about what kind of life I wanted. I wanted trust, respect, and someone who didn't treat me like a backup option. The next morning, Lana sent a message saying she hoped I'd come home soon. I stared at it for a long time before finally replying. I told her I needed a break to figure out what love is supposed to feel like. She didn't argue this time. She simply said she understood. I spent the rest of the day talking with Maya, learning what genuine comfort felt like. For the first time in years, my chest felt lighter instead of tight. I wasn't rushing into anything new, but I was finally stepping out of something toxic. And as I closed my eyes that night, I realized I was no longer mourning the marriage I lost. I was finally imagining the life I deserved.